It's raining again down here in Texas, the kind that soaks your soul clean through. The thunder sounds like our old fights, and lightning paints the memory of you. They say time heals, but they don't know some scars still bleed where love won't go. There's too much rain for Texas tonight. Too many tears I've tried to hide. Every drop feels like your goodbye, falling slow from this foolish pride. And I'd give my last breath and my last line just to feel your hand in mine. The bars half full, the jukebox sings another sad song, the same old sting. A cowboy lost beneath neon light, trying to make wrong turn right. They call it heartbreak, I call it home, 'cause I've been living here alone. There's too much rain for Texas tonight, and every road leads to your eyes. And I've prayed to God, I've cursed the sky, but nothing dries a hurt inside. If loving you was my mistake, it's one I'd gladly make again. The wind still whispers your name, the storm repeats my shame. If love's a lesson I learned too late, you were the calm I chose to break. There's too much rain for Texas tonight, and my soul's drowning in your light. I thought I'd forget, I thought I'd survive, but baby, your memory's still alive. The rain keeps falling, but I know why. It's just the heavens watching me cry. Been 3 years since you walked away, but your shadow's still on my doorway. I pour a drink, I light a flame, and whisper softly your name.
The pen shakes as I start to write a letter you'll never see tonight.
This is a letter I'll never send to the love I lost, my only friend. I built a life, but it's half pretend, 'cause I still break where we couldn't bend. My mistake was loving you too much,
and thinking time could fix my touch.
You taught me how to dream again, and left me chasing ghosts in the wind. I still play your song on the old guitar and pretend you're not that far. I see your smile in every flame
and whisper softly your name.
This is a letter I'll never send, a prayer I say but can't defend. You were my start, you'll be my end, my forever, the time won't mend. If love's a crime, then I'm guilty still,
serving a sentence against my will.
I'd trade my days, my breath, my past to hold you once, to make it last. But you're gone and I remain, writing poems to hide the pain. It's been 3 years since you walked away, but your shadow's still on my doorway. I pour a drink, I light a flame, and whisper softly your name. The pen shakes as I start to write a letter you'll never see tonight. This is a letter I'll never send to the love I lost, my only friend. I built a life, but it's half pretend, 'cause I still break where we couldn't bend. My mistake was loving you too much, and thinking time could fix my touch. This is a letter I'll never send, but in my heart it never ends. Your name's the hymn my soul defends. My mistake was loving you too much again. And if heaven's kind and fate allows, I'll read it to you somehow.
She came riding through the misty dust, a bonnet, boots, and prayer, a cedar cross upon her neck, the sun caught in her hair. The land was raw and hungry, the sky was wide and mean, but hope grew like wild roses where no garden should be seen.
He was a young cowhand with Sunday eyes, a laugh that felt like home, a brim-worn hat, a steady hand, a faith that would not roam. They traded glances at the well, a letter and a ring, two trembling hearts that whispered, let the wilderness be king.
Thunderheads on the horizon, rifles on the range, but love can plant a chapel where the world looks strange. Wild roses of the frontier bloom where bullets fly, in the shadow of the chaparral beneath the cannon sky.
If the night falls hard and the coyotes cry, we'll hold on to each other,
and we'll make God's angels sigh. Oh, wild roses of the frontier, teach my heart to try. They mended fences, buried friends, and blessed the newborn day. He rode with brands and busted hands, she knelt to kneel and pray. When sickness swept the river bend and winter turned to stone, she hummed old hymns in lamplight, you are never alone.
A war drum shook the cottonwoods, the flags of fear unfurled. He kissed her brow at midnight, girl, you're my whole world. She baked him bread for saddlebags, a ribbon on his sleeve. Come back with stories, darling, never cease to believe.
The cannon thundered valley-wide, the sky ran brass and rain, but every page of love they wrote out lived the ball and chain. Wild roses of the frontier bloom where bullets fly, in the shadow of the chaparral beneath the cannon sky.
If the night falls hard and the coyotes cry, we'll hold on to each other,
and we'll make God's angels sigh. Oh, wild roses of the frontier, teach my heart to try. Years wore tracks like wagon ruts across a guarded soul. They built a school from pine and hope, made children whole. At dusk they waltzed by fiddle light, the wind became a choir, and every step on tamped down earth set Texas hearts on fire.
if courage is a prayer you plant in unforgiving ground, then love's the rain that answers back without a single sound. Call this land a ledger, write our names in dust and dew, and when the storms come roaring, I will stand and bloom with you.
Wild roses of the frontier bloom where bullets fly, in the shadow of the chaparral beneath a canyon sky.
If the night falls hard and the coyotes cry, we'll hold on to each other,
and we'll make God's angels sigh. Oh, wild roses of the frontier. We'll live, we'll love, we'll try.
Where the white sky never ends, I found my home, your hand in mine, and our roots, while stubborn, wholly growing through Texas time. The mailbox by the cotton field became a sacred place. She traced his name in dust and wind, a smile upon her face.
But then the drums grew close enough to rattle window panes. He wrote, "My love, I'll carry you through cannon smoke and rain."
She shelled the peas in silence, humming lullabies and songs, pinned his words above the stove. Those letters were her calm.
By lantern light she answered him, ink-stained hope and fear. Our porch still faces westward, and I keep your Bible near.
Every postmark like a heartbeat, every page a vow. If time's a storm between us, faith will teach us how. Letters through the storm, I hear your voice in thunder, warm across the miles, across the years. Your promises outsing my tears. If paper is a lifeline thrown, your words pull me back home. Letters through the storm, your love is how I'm strong.
He wrote of boys who grew to men before their mothers knew, of prayers that rose like meadowlarks when morning broke in blue.
She wrote of seasons turning slow, of crops and infant cries.
Your daughter took her first small steps beneath these Texas skies.
A letter came with smoky stains and mud along the fold.
My angel, if the worst should come, remember what we hold.
A promise made in drought and flood, in sorrow and in song. Love is
Not a fair weather friend, love holds on, holds on.
came with silence in his eyes. No letter, just a folded flag and far-off cannon cries.
She fell upon the kitchen floor, the world went cold and wide.
But somewhere in the rafters,
she heard his gentle guide.
Keep every letter, keep your faith, for love survives the grave. Letters through the storm, I hear your voice in thunder, warm across the miles, across the years. Your promises outsing my tears. If paper is a lifeline thrown, your words pull me back home. Letters through the storm, your love is how I'm strong.
A cedar chest and taught their child the truth of love.
To hope is to be blessed. She found a cedar box beneath the quilt of prairie stars, ribbons tied around the past like halos round old scars. Wild roses pressed between the pages, ink like faded rain. 3 lifetimes humming in her hands, a gentle golden pain.
A modern girl with city eyes and dust upon her boots, a gramophone in corner light, but Texas in her roots. She read of battles bred and hymns of dances under skies, and felt a lantern bloom within the green of present eyes.
She whispered to the women who had walked these rugged lands,
your courage is my metronome, your love my compass hand.
Legacy in her hands like rivers carving through the sands, a vow that travels time and truth from frontier hearts to restless youth. If love is more than circumstance, then she will rise, she'll take her chance with all their courage in her hands.
She met a quiet dreamer on a Main Street Friday night, a rancher's son with open palms, a soft and steady light. He listened as she told the tales of letters, flags, and grace, and saw 1,000 summers settle kindly on her face.
They courted slow by porch light glow where coyotes sketched the dark. She let him hold the cedar box and feel the story spark.
He said, I'll love you fiercely like your granddad loved your grand, and build with you a Texas life the way your people plan. The future hums in telephone lines, the past in chapel bells,
But love's the cord that binds them both in ways no farmer tells.
she placed the letters one by one upon the window's gold, and swore to keep the promises that brave women had told.
Legacy in her hands like rivers carving through the sands, a vow that travels time and truth from frontier hearts to restless youth. If love is more than circumstance, then she will rise, she'll take her chance with all their courage
in her hands. They wed beneath the live oak tree where children ran like streams.
A choir of meadowlarks took flight to bless their braided dreams. And when she sang the vows aloud, the wild roses understood
that every promise spoken true becomes a sacred wood.
Legacy in her hands, a living fire that never ends, from cotton fields to city lights. Love keeps Texas burning bright across the years and shifting sand. She holds the vow, she makes her stand with all their courage
in her hands.
Every letter, every prayer,
I carry them, and I'm not afraid.
dust was thick as whiskey smoke, the sun cut through like fire. He'd left behind the wanted signs, a trail of worn out liars. Riding hard through outlaw lands, his heart a loaded gun. He never thought he'd find his peace beneath the desert sun.
In a town called Dry Creek Hollow, he stopped for one short night. A saloon filled with laughter, gold, and flickering lantern light. Then she walked in, boots and grace, hair the color of flame. And the outlaw's heart forgot his sins the moment she spoke his name.
sun still rises for every man who dares to change and run. She's a wildflower that grew through the dust, the outlaw who learned how to trust. Two broken souls on a runaway train, he found his heart through her sweet name. In the light of a dying sun, a wanted man's new life begun.
They rode all night through canyon winds, heard laughter in his ear, past wanted signs and ranger posts, their freedom growing near. He said, darling, I'll hang my guns before the break of dawn. And she whispered, every saint you know once had to do wrong.
Campfire glow on tear-streaked skin, the
Stars confessed the truth within. He kissed her hand, he made a vow.
to the law, the Lord I'll answer now. She's a wildflower that grew through the dust, the outlaw who learned how to trust. Two broken souls on a runaway train, he found his heart through her sweet name. No sheriff's badge, no chain or brand could ever hold this outlaw's hand.
They say redemption rides a hard road, but love's the only trail that never ends.
They crossed the Rio Grande at dawn, dust on their dreams and skin. He traded his guns for a gentle hand, a chance to start again. In the shadows of Miss Scylla's hills, they built a life of prayer. A cabin small but filled with hope, love hanging in the air.
The world still called him outlaw, his name in every town. But she said no man's past can steal the crown.
At night they danced on bare red clay,
Moonlight painted where angels play.
moonlight over New Mexico, where two lost souls found a home to grow. No chains, no laws, no guns to hold, just love that burns like desert gold. If heaven's gate is made of sin, then we'll ride through and start again.
He plowed the land with trembling hands, she sang his dawn-lit desert sand. Their child was born 'neath summer skies, blue as the tears in his lover's eyes.
But one dark night came right as fast, old ghost that whispered from the past. He held her close and said, if they come, I'll fight for what this love's become. Love's the only law we know.
The Lord forgives, the desert keeps our hearts in peace, our souls in leaves. If heaven's far, then let it be. Love found us here, and that's holy to me.
The past may chase, but we won't hide.
We've got God and time and the endless sky. long the land grew fields. He'd built a church where their cabin stood, a sinner's hands now shaped for good.
The lawmen came one autumn day, but no one dared to lead the way. They found an old man's silver hair on bended knees in silent prayer.
He said, I've run from man, I've run from sin, but I never stop running to God within. The outlaw's last prayer echoes wide across the plains where his past once died. He said, Lord, forgive a foolish soul, love's the only law I know. If heaven's gate won't take my kind,
then let my love be left behind.
she came to him with trembling hands, the wildflower who changed his plans. Their eyes still spoke that old refrain, two hearts reborn through tears and rain. He took her hand, said, don't you cry, if I must go, I know why. Our love outlived the guns and flame, it's carved in time, it bears your name. The outlaw's last prayer rides the wind, love's redemption in the end. Heaven smiles, the angels sigh, for even sinners learn to fly. The desert blooms, the dawn declares,
There's peace in the outlaw's prayers. They called me a wanted man, but she called me home. The jukebox plays the same old tune. She sits alone beneath the moon.
30 years and too much pain, dreams gone south like summer rain.
She's seen love turn to dust and lies, whiskey tears and midnight eyes.
Every ring and every vow just goes, she can't forgive somehow.
Whiskey and old wounds, they taste the same tonight. Memories dancing slow in the fading barroom light.
She said, I swore I'd never fall again. Love's a fire that burns within,
but still she stares through smoke and tunes, drowning in whiskey and old wounds.
He left her heart by Amarillo Creek, words like bullets, cold and weak.
Another man, another lie, another promise left to die.
The neon flickers, time stands still. Her soul feels tired, her eyes can't heal.
Then laughter cuts through her defense.
A cowboy smile, a new suspense.
Whiskey and old wounds, they taste the same tonight.
But that stranger's voice feels strangely right.
She said, don't try to save me, son, I'm too far gone to run. He tipped his hat, maybe soon you'll heal those whiskey and old wounds. Two broken souls beneath the neon,
Finding faith where hope had gone.
if pain's a song, then love's the rhyme.
And second chances take their time.
Whiskey and old wounds,
Fade into the night.
two lost hearts,
Learning how to fight. She whispered,
maybe love ain't through if I can still believe in you.
and in that old saloon, she buried her whiskey and oats. And in that old saloon,
She buried her whiskey and old wounds.
boots on the floor, the band starts to play. The air smells like whiskey and sweet alfalfa hay.
She's standing near the jukebox glow, heart still guarded but it starts to show. He walks right in with that crooked grin, a cowboy's soul, a storm within. He says, ma'am, you look like you could use a dance.
She laughs, honey, I don't take chances. But under the lights of Saturday night, her guard fell soft, her heart took flight in a honky-tonk dream where the night's brand new. She found her faith in a man in boots.
No more tears, no more goodbye fights, just love and laughter in Texas nights.
He bought her a drink, she told her story slow, about lost rings and love that won't let go.
He listened close with that steady stare, like every word was a midnight prayer. She said, I've been burned, I've been left behind. He smiled, darling, that makes two of my kind. They danced till dawn, no words to say, just two hearts learning how to stay.
Under the lights of Saturday night, two broken souls made something right. When the band played Blue Bonnet Sky, he pulled her close, she didn't cry.
For the first time in all her fights, she felt alive on a Texas night.
Every scar, every song led her to where she belongs. Sometimes love don't knock twice, but when it does, it feels like life. Saturday nights in Texas glow with cowboy hearts that still believe so. No more ghosts, no more pain in sight, just love reborn in the pale moonlight. She said, thank you, Lord, for the man in boots who danced me back into the truth. Years rolled on and love stayed strong through summer storms and winter songs. Their little house near San Angelo, where the river hums and the cottons grow. She watches him mend the fence at dawn, coffee brewing, radio on. Every scar now tells a tale of love that fought and didn't fail.
The last dance under Texas skies, where broken hearts learn how to rise. If pain's the price of something true, she'd pay it all to dance with you through time, through tears, through all goodbyes. They found forever under Texas skies. Sometimes the wind still whisper ghosts, old lovers she once missed the most. But his arms chase those shadows gone. He makes her feel she still belongs.
They raise a toast to nights long past, to whiskey wounds and love that lasts. Her laughter fills the home they made. In every note her fears all fade.
He says, darling, if I go before you do,
remember my heart still dances with you. She smiles through tears, the candles glow. This love's the sweetest one I'll know.
The last dance under Texas skies, two souls redeemed, two hearts baptized. Through dust, through rain, through love's disguise, they found forever under Texas skies. No past, no pain, no need for why. Just love and the stars in Texas skies. Love didn't leave me, it just took the long way home.
We were barefoot shadows in a Texas June, two little hearts underneath one moon. Your mama called you in by the screen door light, but we'd still whisper secrets in the summer night.
Rust red barn and the cottonwood tree, you dared the creek and you dared me. We carved our names in a fence post rail, swore that kind of love could never fail.
Hay bales stacked like castle walls, roping dreams and county calls. You'd ride your pain, I'd chase that dust, swear to forever, swear to trust. Chords at dawn, radio low, daddy's weathered hands taught me slow. You took my hand by the cattle pen, said when we're grown we'll meet again.
We didn't need diamonds or wedding bands, just a sky full of stars and two open hands. Back when we were kids, love was easy as the wind, running down the fence line like it never have an end. We rode the future on the side of that barn, blood red sunset and a cotton dress torn. If time is a rodeo and life is a ride, promise me, baby, we'll be side by side like we were back when we were kids.
County fair lights, Ferris wheel spins. You laughed so hard I swore we'd win. a mason jar full of firefly glow. We planned a porch and a row to sow. You tied a ribbon round my wrist, said don't forget our first kiss. I tucked it in my Bible's page, a promise made at a tender age. And when the thunder shook the plains, we sheltered under roof and rain. Someday we'll have a brand that's ours. You pointed up at silver stars.
I said, if we get lost somehow, come find me where we are right now. Back when we were kids, love was easy as the wind, running down the fence line like it never have an end. We wrote the future on the side of that barn, blood red sunset in a cotton dress torn. If time is a rodeo and life is a ride, promise me, baby, we'll be side by side like we were back when we were kids.
Two names on a fence, two hearts on a string. Back when we were kids, love was everything.